Uh,
Hey, hello. We are Shoot the Shit podcast, and I'm here with my guests Joey and Joseph.
Uh,
hey, what's up?
Hey guys, so Shoot the Shit podcast is going to do something a little bit different today. So this is called the Music Share series, and basically the point of the series and what I wanted it to be in the very beginning is basically us, obviously sharing music. We have all three of us have handpicked a song to kind of analyze and talk about, and whether it's something that's new for you or something that you've already heard before that you're a huge fan of. I mean, the idea is to just kind of fall in love with music again. And I think for me, like I've always been a big music fan, and I used to spend a lot of my days sitting down analyzing lyrics, hearing beats and just fucking kind of diving into it and losing myself. So it's kind of what the point of the show is. It is highly encouraged to talk about the songs in the chat, and feel free to look them up on Spotify. Most of them, obviously, on YouTube and all that stuff. Hear them as we go along, so you guys could have your own opinions. Throw it in there because we'll throw up a shout out pretty much up on here. You guys vote for which is in your case in this little series, which is your favorite, and then also tell us any songs you want to hear us analyze. I mean, obviously, if you guys enjoy what we're talking about here today, hopefully we could even bring you on the show and you could talk about the own song that you want to talk about. So, but yeah, the music series, it's the one of many, and it's going to be pretty fun. At least I think so, because oddly enough, our song choices all kind of correspond together, which is honestly kind of fucking weird. So it was pretty fun for the most part. But so the first song we're going to talk about is actually my selection. Oh no, actually no. Wait, take a step back here. It's quarantine
oh,
time. It's quarantine time. I completely forgot. Hey guys, what have y'all been listening to during quarantine?
Joseph?
So I've been listening to a whole bunch of different things from like video game soundtrack to regular music, that you hear,
What soundtracks?
like Final Fantasy, Final
Yeah.
Fantasy 7.
The remake of the original.
uh, well, the remake, but also from Crisis Core. I have that on my phone.
Nice. What about you, Joe?
Right before this whole quarantine started, I acquired my friend's record collection. I think I told you about that one. Oh no, my friend's dad's record collection.
Oh yeah,
I
the one that they basically gave you, right? They just gave you a
They
bunch of
gave it,
records.
yeah, they just straight up gave it to me. Over 100 records just for me. And
That's fucking cool.
these aren't Goodwill records now. These are good stuff. Obviously, there's Beatles in there. I was listening to Rubber Soul and Revolver.
Hmm.
And another album I really started listening to a lot was Neil Young's Harvest. These, what else was on there? There's the Urban Cowboys soundtrack. It's just a little bit of everything, even some classical music. I've just been throwing my head all over the place. I started listening to hip hop as well. I've been getting into Kanye West.
What the
And
fuck? That's fucking random.
I know that is
Especially
random,
like
but
coming from you, it's just so random.
for me, yeah, I have two Kanye West albums here, and I'm like, what?
Oh, which ones?
On vinyl?
80, not on vinyl, but
Uh,
CDs I recently bought. And the first one I bought was 808s and Heartbreak.
Okay.
shit, I don't know any of those. We'll probably, I'm sure you could throw those in here, and I'll fucking love
Yeah.
them. So it
As
was
well
dope.
as the other album, it was Late Registration, the one with Gold Digger in it. But they're very cohesive. I really enjoyed both of those albums.
Yeah, they're good albums, man.
I mean, he's really smart. To be fair, like outside of like his crazy episodes, like musically, he's
That's
pretty
why
talented, honestly.
I can relate. I can relate to that. That's why I like it so much. I relate to him. But
Yeah,
yeah,
like man, I remember like what did he get his doctorates in? Like liberal arts or some shit. Forgot what he ended up doing with that. Like with that. Yeah, I think he got a doctorate in liberal arts or some shit. I forgot where, if it was out of Harvard or Stanford or some shit. But no, he's pretty smart, man. Just considering like seeing him work.
very much so.
Yeah, no, as for me, I've been listening to a lot of different shit and also like high school shit. And when I say high school shit, it's like fucking cute is what we aim for, Taking Back Sunday, Um,
course.
yeah, all emo shit, dude. Like it's pretty funny. And then like,
Well, yeah, like when you're stuck in a house all day, you just feel the dark.
right, no shit. It's just like, all right, well, this is depression 101. Um, but I've been listening to a lot of that. Recently, I also found some new stuff that I'm interested in, which I'll probably bring to the show pretty soon. Is Haley Williams' new EP. She released two of them, Petals of Armor or Petals for Armor, 1 and 2. Those albums
Uh-huh.
are pretty dope. Personally, for me, she's like challenging her voice on a lot of different levels with those albums, and it's really dope. Like I actually like I love how she sings now versus Paramore days and all that shit. Um, and then you
Yeah.
got I think Set Your Goals, some band that's not even around anymore, unfortunately, but they got a fucking banger in there, dude. It's fucking great. Like this whole album, I could just fucking play and just jam to all fucking day. It's pretty fun. Um, and it's like a huge band too. I want to say the band's like almost like 10 guys or some shit. 10 guys, and then like they feature a girl every now and then, and her voice sounds similar to Haley Williams, but I don't think it's her. Um, but yeah, that's kind of what I've been looking at. Nothing too out of the ordinary, at least in my spectrum. So, um, the fuck. Um, what do you call it? All right, so moving on to our first song. So I'm a little biased with this song. It's Count Bassy from Dance Gavin Dance, and I chose this from Artificial Selection, which came out in I think it's 2018. They recently pretty much brought up a new album called Afterburner, which I don't know how to feel about yet. It's different, and it's not. It's very technically, it's really nice as far as the music goes, but I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it. I don't like it as much, to be honest with y'all, but I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, Count Bassy. Again, I'm biased on it because I've probably gone to 2 Dance Gavin Dance concerts in my life. They played that shit live, and it was fun as shit. I was in a mosh pit, and it was just probably one of the best like headbangers for me to just kind of lose my shit. But as far as how the song is, um, looking at the lyrics and shit, man, like it's a very it's dark, man. Like at least for me, like hearing it's very like I carry so much resentment in this world, and that's just kind of like the effects of it, and just kind of like that person's mindset, and the music makes it really fun and full of energy and shit. But I don't know, it's a pretty dark song. I didn't expect it to be as dark because obviously halfway through, since they like scream and shit, you can't really understand it as well. But
Right at the screaming part, I like to analyze those.
well, dude, like for real, like I finally read the lyrics on those, and I was just like, what? Like, hold on, I'm probably gonna get like a little excerpt for us. Um,
Yeah.
I'll pull that up. But what y'all think so far of Count Basie?
Yeah, I think I could feel the dark tone in the beginning.
Same.
It's very like not like numb, but like just slightly below, like you said, resentment. So
Yeah, I mean, because the first line's crazy. It's like it's just telling them how like easy defeated I feel like throughout most of it,
yeah,
and it's just like, what? What do you mean?
yeah.
Um,
And
sorry, go ahead.
no, no, you go.
No, Joseph, what do you got for us? How do you feel about it?
The song, yeah, I felt exactly the same thing that you were saying. It is like a very like dark song, and like you said, like towards the chorus and stuff, it kind of like breaks into something that doesn't really sound too dark. But like the whole song, he's just kind of like saying how he doesn't really care, about like the way people are like treating him, and then he kind of like feels like you said resentment towards it,
Yeah, you're
and he
just
goes with
giving
that
up.
kind of like a how do you say attitude.
Yeah, like the I guess the yeah, it's the chorus for the most part. Like the whole don't get all sentimental about it.
Yeah.
Like he's just telling me like like don't feel bad for me. Like I'm okay with this. It's just kind of how it is. Like and I feel like that's an interesting perspective to have as far as like yeah, like I'm bummed out all the fucking time, but it's kind of like oh, I'm cool with that shit. Like,
Mhm.
and it just kind of is what it is.
One thing I'm realizing from these lyrics here, if you've ever read the Bible in its completely, this reminds me a lot about the book of Ecclesiastes. You read the Bible, Joseph, you know that book of Ecclesiastes. If you don't, that's fine. But it's my personal favorite. Obviously, it has the same aura as the lyrics here. It's like, mm, I think it goes. Let's see. I forgot. But basically, just everything. It's just that's how it is. There's going to be pain. There's going to be suffering. Let's just deal with it. That's the
Hmm.
way God created the world. And that's what I like. That barely just hit my head right now when I'm looking at these lyrics because I'm looking at them right now. The wind falls, the rain goes up, the sun goes down, the sun comes up. Life
Hmm.
just goes on. That's how. That's exactly what I'm getting from this, and now I'm starting to appreciate it more from this.
Dude, honestly, like it's a powerful song. Like the way they talk about like just one accepting the way life is. Like, because sometimes
Mhm.
it just isn't what it is. It's not some fairy tale, and it's just unfortunately one of those things where like you kind of go through the waves, and I feel like that's kind of also what it represents too. Like he's not trying to make a sad story out of it, but just be like, well, yeah, like that's just kind of like this shit happened and that's it. Like we just kind of live through it and push through. And that's what I feel really strongly about because mind you, like the music is just fucking banging throughout most of it, and it's just fucking
Mhm.
fun. Like it's just so fucking fun. Because man, I'm fucking losing my shit. Like I remember being in the concert, just fucking jumping, shoving people, punching them and shit, and like it was fucking fun, dude. And then like the way it ends with that little fucking chant thing, when the crowd gets into it, it's just fucking amazing. But I don't know. Again, I'm really biased, and that's why I like this song a lot because hearing it live was just an amazing experience for sure.
Well, I bet. Yeah, but yeah, that's what I feel about it. Now, do you mind if we talk about? Are you done talking about the main portion of the song?
For the most part, I know I want to get into the screaming section because that
Yeah.
screaming
Well,
section's fucking weird. Like,
every time I hear the screaming part, I'm like, oh shit, what are they gonna say now?
it's almost like abstract art. That's just like it
It
makes
really
sense
is.
though. Like you know what I mean? Like, because like
Yes.
this is the first two lines, and I'm just gonna say them real quick. Come up in the closet, I'm gonna get you fat. That's a chill initial feeling when I come right back. Like what?
I can see the orchid blooming out of your beautiful crack.
Right? The fuck?
It really, it,
Like,
it gives me the essence of a dream. Just abstract. There's a lot of imagery, but I don't know what the hell's going on. And
yeah.
I like it. I do like that.
I mean, it's weird, man. Like Joseph, how do you feel about those? I guess those fucking first three lines up. Tell, I don't know what the fuck they mean.
Yeah. I feel the same
Just
way.
like,
What do you mean? It's super random. What the heck?
If anyone that's watching right now can explain that, like, please. 'Cause,
I read poetry and I'm like, what the fuck?
I mean, it feels like Johnny Craig just goes on a trip and he's just like, let's see what sounds fucking cool, and like that's what he does. Because it's
That's like
just
one of those
kind of
nights where I'm just like overly tired and I start babbling garbage to both of y'all. That's what this feels.
oh, it's Yoko mode. Yoko.
It's Yoko. This is Yoko lyric.
Oh god. Just so everyone understands, we have a thing called Yoko mode where we turn into Yoko Ono when we're really tired and delirious, and it
And
happens
we'll
a lot
always
when we game at like 4 in the morning, and it's not good. It's something that like I try not to stream, but it happens sometimes. So if you go through my live streams of gaming, like it gets pretty bad. Um,
and you know what? My live streams happen late and I just expect it, That's just expect it.
embrace it. No, embrace it. They have to embrace it. That's the
What we're
word
coming
they're
for.
looking for. Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, because like I don't know. I can't. I think the only thing that like, well, no, I can't because like look at this line: the limp-wristed, winded sex on abdomen. What's my style? I'm blind to dude toothed clang. Like what?
Like there's noises in there too, like sound like word noises. So I'm like,
And the way he screams, dude, it sounds nothing like this either. Like I'll hear it now.
I know.
You know, like kind of like the whole bacon and
Yeah.
eggs for "Thank You Next" on Ariana Grande's thing.
Yeah.
Bacon
Yes.
eggs, whatever. And like now I understand it when I read the lyrics, but honestly, when I hear the song, I still can't fucking. Yeah, dude, that's exactly what it
What
is.
the heck?
Actually,
Well,
yeah.
seriously, dude, like that's what
I
it
hear
feels
that
like to
song all
me.
the time. Right? That's cool.
Oh god, that's really bad.
That is pretty bad.
Oh god, but yeah, man, that last portion of that song, like that, I'll never get. There's a lot of parts, like as far as Dance Gavin Dance concerned, like the screaming part is is that just a bunch of
Yep.
shit that doesn't make sense. Like I mean, Heavy Hearts weigh the most. Like I remember that scream breakdown, and it's just kind of like the fuck, like a girl just died and shit, and like you're just like what, like why is this
Yeah.
what?
Onion specks.
It's kind of crazy, but I don't know. All I know overall, like really enjoyed that song. I'll never know the screaming parts, but then again, you just mosh to the screaming parts, and
Yeah, you
you
just
know,
mosh. That's just
Hmm.
like a mosh. It's like a mosh of words. You see what I'm getting? You see where we're going with this?
seriously, that's how you do it. More than anything, it's just how you do it.
I guess they try to make it like I don't know. I was trying to say maybe they want it to flow a certain way, and that's why they use certain words or something.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it sounds great, quite
It
frankly.
does.
Like it's
Yeah, it does sound
fun.
good.
Like especially like whatever, like that whole breakdown is just fantastic. The bass,
Yeah.
like the bass is just my favorite part of that whole song because it's fucking groovy. I don't know. At least to me, it's fucking groovy. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a fun fucking song, man. I don't know. It's great to I guess see how that plays out half the time.
Yeah. I
But sorry, go ahead.
listened to Gavin Dance a lot, and these Dance Gavin Dance. I don't really listen to these groups a lot, but the more you lead me into their music, I start to appreciate them more. So thank you for that. Let's thank Antoine for that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's kind of the goal,
Thanks.
just to kind of try random shit and see if we like it or not. I think like my
Yeah.
next song is gonna be like something reggae, so it's gonna be
Mine's
great.
probably gonna be Jim Croce or something like that. Y'all figure that out.
No,
I
I got some weird shit for y'all coming up. Got some weird shit. You guys have no idea. It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be fantastic.
Sweet.
Beautiful. Oh,
Sweet. So as we go into the second song, guys, anyone that's listening, obviously, if you're listening to the songs online, let us know how you feel about them. Let us know if there's a song you want us to check out. We'll check it out and put it on the next show. But for now, we are going to go with Joey's pick now. So go ahead, Joey. Talk to us.
yeah. The Long and Winding Road by the Beatles, written primarily by Paul McCartney himself. This one appears on their final released album, Let It Be, which was recorded during 1968, those Get Back sessions. And obviously, there was a lot of turmoil in the band going on at the time, and a lot of turmoil in McCartney's life in general.
Mhm.
So, The Long and Winding Road itself is like the past, like the road you just walked upon, that past. Primarily, what I get out of this one is the loves of your past, like people you loved in the past, and then they just go away. And I feel like this song makes it feel like the past is still haunting him because let's see, yeah, the past is haunting them because these people, as it says in the song, they still lead me back to the long and winding. I believe, everything that went down in McCartney's life up to that point with the Beatles and with his own relationships, it really is a long and winding road. It's a really neat song, but what's interesting bit to talk about production. Like, Antoine, you had a question to ask for me?
Oh yeah. So for anyone that doesn't know, there's two versions of this song. The regular Let It Be album, and then there's the Let It Be album, naked version. What is the difference, like as far as like the naked album and why it actually was made that way?
Now, the original Let It Be album it had a lot of added things to it. Like the producer because in 1970 when they just wanted to release an album, they got all them tapes from the Get Back sessions and they give them to no Phil Spector.
Hmm.
Yes.
The way his production technique is referred to as the wall of, meaning it's like blasting you with sound. Like another song I could say that many people say is the definitive version of the wall of sound is the Righteous Brothers, You Lost That Loving Feeling. So if anyone wants to listen to that while I'm talking about this, so you can understand what the wall of sound is, it's just basically really heavy production and
Hmm.
really heavy orchestration. So in the original Let It Be album, Phil Spector, when he was producing The Long and Winding Road, he had this massive orchestra with cellos, violas, violins, flutes, I think, even a choir. So he could make that song. Like when you were hearing it, Joseph, what did you feel? Like the original version on Let It Be, did you get to hear that one?
Yeah, I heard the original one. Um, Whenever you had said that there was two of them, I was like not too sure exactly what was gonna be different. Cause like whenever, cause the thing is, I haven't heard the song that many times.
Uh-huh.
Um, so whenever when you told me there was the naked version, I was just kind of like, what exactly is different? But like when I heard the naked version, I was just like, oh man, it's just like you said, it's much more. I'm not sure it's exactly what you said, but it's much more intimate. Like it's just
Yeah.
you feel like you're hearing his emotion and everything a lot more
Yes,
than
like how I describe it, the Let It Be version is as if he's like standing on a balcony in a soliloquy, like theatric, cinematic,
Hmm.
and
right.
the naked version is like sitting on the dinner table talking to somebody. That's how I feel about that, like just normal, intimate talk.
Yeah.
But as I was saying, yeah, so they released the Let It Be album and it had lots of the Phil Spector. That's why it sounds so different compared to other Beatles albums to me, because it has that Phil Spector touch to it, obviously, and some people can appreciate that. And at first, the Beatles themselves did appreciate that, but later on, I guess Paul McCartney himself had buyer's remorse over it, and he was like, "Nah, I don't want it to sound like this. I want it to sound like the way we recorded before."
Hmm.
So time passed, and I think this album, the naked version, was released around 2003. It's the Let It Be album as the living Beatles that are still alive today wanted to see it. It's because the Let It Be album, it just, even though they were trying to go for like a rough edge to the music, like trying to go back to their roots, back to the cavern type beat roots
Hmm.
on the
You there, Jay?
Did he cut off?
I don't know what happened.
I guess the internet went out.
Maybe. Shit, that sucks.
Oh man.
Let's give a minute to come back real quick. Well, I guess I'll kind of keep going as far as like to piggyback off what he was saying. Yeah, no, I mean like the song itself was like for me it was just like a long enduring battle that just never really ends when it comes to love and companionship. Like it just
Hmm.
really doesn't end. I mean, I think people don't understand that like not that people don't understand, but like as everyone knows, like it's always difficult to handle any sort of relationship. And when he's writing about his journey with the Beatles, I mean, with Yoko Ono, with shit that he had gone through, like their whole albums too, just tell a story of like this. It's like the tale of innocence, and then them kind of just having a fresh start, and then they're getting to this last album, which has been the most hardships they ever had. Hence why they're about to break up, right? And I think this song is like such a big deal as far as like that interpretation of like hey, yeah, I'm gonna hang tight for this road because it just kind of is what it is. Like no matter what, like I'm gonna be there. And obviously talking about that how he's been there before. You know, it's just one of those things where like no matter what, like he's just there. He's always gonna be there.
Yeah, it, for me, man, it was like so emotional. I was like, oh, man.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. I mean, like if you think about it, like anyone that like goes through this shit, like which is everyone really. You know, it's just one of those things where like you're gonna feel fucking sad about it at some point, if you, especially if you're not in the good mind space um, of like I guess yourself at the moment, because
Right?
there's kind of a lot going on. Um, it's kind of crazy. Yeah, it's crazy to think
Oh,
that for sure.
Christ, what happened? I was going through my own monologue and it just cut out.
Oh no shit. We kept going, but feel free to continue. Where we left off was just talking about how,
Where did I leave off?
dude, no, I'm not gonna know that.
I leave off. Man, I
um,
was going speech.
yeah, I don't know what you did, but what we were talking
Where did I
about
leave?
is like the song basically is like this huge never-ending battle of like relationships and people's journeys, and
Yeah,
especially
that's
like also
pretty
like
much it.
the way I saw it too was just like, you know, when you love someone and whether it worked out or not, like you always see that road, you know, whether it was easy or not, and just
Bro,
kind of is what it is.
Well, I'm glad you all said exactly what I was thinking. That's good.
yeah,
Did I at least finish off the Naked album part? Did I at least finish that off?
Dude, I don't honestly. I'm really bad with
I know.
like our whole family. Like you should know that. Like when we get
I'll just say it
interrupted, we
again.
just don't remember
I'll just
anything.
say that part again. The Naked album, compared to the original, because the original was pretty darn messy with its production. I think the Naked version is more, it's more connected and cohesive and everything. It's more brought together without those studio embellishments.
Yeah,
It's basically what I said. God damn.
it's all good. I mean, fuck it. It is. It's kind of how this thing goes. Honestly.
I tell it. I was here on the Genius. It's like a lyric, and
Yeah,
it
I
kind of like
used
tells you like what the songs are like about and stuff. And
feature.
there's like a quote here that Paul McCartney said. That he's talking about the song, and he's saying it's basically what you were saying, Juan. Like it was a bit flipped out and tripped out at the time. It's a sad song because it's all about the unattainable, the door you never quite reach. This is the road that you never get to the end of.
Yep.
That's basically what he talks
So heartbreaking when
Perfectly
you.
said by the man himself.
Yeah, no shit. I mean, it's heartbreaking, yo. Like if you think about it, like it's just kind of like, well, what the fuck, like.
Absolutely.
Like out of all things, like it's like the one thing you always wanted that you never get, and it's just kind of. I mean, unfortunately, I think everyone goes through that, you know, in certain ways or the other. Like it's just crazy.
about.
Yeah,
Right?
it's very,
Yeah, and that's what's so cool is that the song could be like interpreted in every sort
whoa.
of way, like in your own way. You know what I mean? Like that's what really makes it
Bella, shut
really fun.
up.
Yeah, it's a very relatable song to everybody. Really,
Yeah,
everyone has
exactly.
something like that. You know,
No, yeah, I completely agree, for sure.
it is one of my favorites. Both versions, I appreciate both of them.
Yeah, I think if I had to choose which one was better, I'd probably say the naked one,
Yeah, I
just
like the
because.
naked one.
Yeah, because I mean, either way, like it's great regardless.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I would say. Yeah.
yeah. Like I say, they both have their uses. The original is very cinematic, and the naked one is intimate. That's my way to divide them.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I could go with that for sure.
Very much.
Sweet.
See, any other questions you got for me around that type of deal, Beatles deal?
Um, nope, not yet.
Like to
Honestly,
think
not
of.
yet.
Yeah.
I think we've touched pretty good shit on that.
Thank you.
Sweet. Sweet. So as we move along to our third song, just a brief reminder again, guys. Any songs you guys have in mind for us to analyze, throw it up in the chat, and we will totally do that. And also let us know how you guys feel about the song so far. They're all pretty great songs. I like to think. I wonder if we're ever gonna pick a bad song and admit it.
Oh yeah,
Just be like, fuck
I'll
this
just throw
song,
one in there to throw y'all off. Yeah.
Just be like,
Wait,
just look at this shit and like, this fucking trash or something. I know, that's funny. So anyway, so on to song number 3 with Joseph. Take it away.
well, this song. So this one, I don't remember how I came across it, to be honest. Like a lot of songs that I've heard in my life, I just don't remember how I heard it. But this is one of their most popular songs from the band Modest Mouse. "Float On" is what it's called. Sure, a lot of people have heard it. Very popular song that played in the radio around. It says right here 2005.
And don't forget, just that song came out in Rock Band too, right, bro?
Yes, it did come out. It come
Yeah,
out
they come
Rock
out
Band.
wrong
There you
then. That's
go.
true.
That's where I first heard it.
I think that's where I heard it actually. Yeah, and it says here that it won a Grammy for Best Rock Song in 2005. I was like, oh wow, that's pretty sick.
Huh, I don't know
So,
that.
yeah, I know. Yeah, I was just like seeing the history here. Um, so the song is it's funny, like you said, how the songs that we pick kind of like have some sort of like correlation with each other. At least a little bit with the theme, a little
Mm-hmm.
bit. Um, the song this song is interesting because the song that plays before the song in this album is kind of like the opposite to this song. So, what's very interesting about this one is that it's a very optimistic way of looking at um like their life and the journey that they're going on, because the song that plays before this one basically explains how they feel going up throughout their journey, and it's kind of like a little bit of a cynical way of looking at things. And then right after that song, this song plays, and it makes it very interesting because it's like, I how would you say, not only to contrast it, but I guess maybe, like, even though, like the song says, like, even though you're going through all this stuff, it's like, don't worry, we'll all eventually float on and go on with like what's happening, because good news is on the way. Like, don't worry about it. Um, even though we have gone through all this stuff already. It's so weird because it kind of goes with what's going on, right now, with the coronavirus and all that. Uh, it's pretty it's pretty interesting, like when you read into the lyrics. Um, but yeah, I mean, I like the song a lot. It's very like I always play it like whenever, maybe I feel a little bit down. Like it's very upbeat and stuff like that. Um,
Have
gets
y'all
me.
seen the music video?
Yeah, it's super weird.
It's a fucking acid trip, dude.
It
Like, I
is, bro.
swear to
Most
God,
of these music videos, I swear.
like, like, like I love it because it reminds me of like a lot of the Foo Fighters music videos. Because I
Uh-huh.
think one thing Dave Grohl always said was like, I take my music very seriously. But music
Not to mention,
videos, like I fuck
Oh, go
around in
ahead.
those. Like he
Yeah.
straight up fuck around. Like I don't know if anyone's seen some of those music videos from the Foo Fighters, but they're fucking stupid. Like don't even make sense. It has nothing to do with the song half the time.
yeah, I was watching the Everlong one the other day. I'm like, what?
Yes, the
Yeah, dude.
Everlong one. That's weird, bro.
It's
That's
fucking
weird.
it's fucking dumb. Like this one's really cool because I like the one. I like when those sheep are like getting sucked up by like a tornado or some
Uh-huh.
shit. Like I don't know
Uh-huh.
what's happening. But it's pretty fucking funny. Like and then just the animation's really fucking cool.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, to touch on what I said earlier about like all of them corresponding. Yeah, it's funny because it's like when you look at Count Bassy and you look at Float On, it's like the same mentality. It's just one's more pessimistic versus like optimistic. like
Yeah,
take on
yeah.
it, and like when I hear "Float On," like first of all, it's a fucking jam. Like the
Yeah.
groove to that whole fucking song is amazing, and the message even like honestly, I never paid attention to the lyrics. Like even singing it in Rock Band or anything, like I just never I guess cared to learn for it. I just knew it was a jam.
Mhm.
And then like reading the lyrics over, I'm just like, oh, this is actually fucking tight. Like it's got a good message to it, and it really expresses like you know what shit should be like. Like don't worry about it. The first one's hilarious or the first line because I backed up into a cop car the other day, and he just drove off. Sometimes life's okay. Like it's so stupid. Like I love that mentality of like, it's gonna be all right. And I think both of those songs, oddly enough, fucking say that.
Mhm.
One's just kind of being a bitter asshole about it, but just fuck it. Like, just kind of like what you're gonna do, right?
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. Float On was pretty dope.
Can you hear me?
What?
Nothing. Alrighty.
Oh, I
What the?
thought you
So
were
It's
yeah,
like,
what I see about these three songs here, I see the long and winding road being, that depressing trip. That depressing trip, and then the Count Bassy being the sort of realistic type, and then obviously Float On being the optimistic. You know what I'm
Yeah.
getting?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
I can't say Long and Winding Road's depressing. I just think that's facts. Like that's just kind of like that's life.
Well,
Especially like when
personally, I
you
think
care
it's
for
like a
someone.
loop of being haunted by the past. It's just bugging your head all the time.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
That's a
mean,
key in
true.
some
That's like
depression.
my life story, right? But like, I don't
Right.
know. I can't see it be. I guess I can't see it in that light. Like, I just feel like the acknowledgement of like, hey, like I'm gonna endure this no matter what. You know, always, even though it sucks. You know what I mean? And I guess that's just kind of how I see it. I don't see it as depressing as you would think, even though I'm kind of like that. I guess.
Yeah.
Oops.
That's what makes music great, right? Different interpretations.
Yes.
Nah,
Makes music.
agreed for sure. Agreed. No, it was some good shit. I mean, it's crazy to think like, what's funny, like just so everyone knows the process of like making this show. We didn't think about a theme. Just so everyone knows, we did not. They just all kind of happened to be the same fucking thing in a way.
I told you, it's
Because
weird.
I chose the first song immediately since I came up with the idea, and then I think Joey already had one like in his head, and he said it, and then fucking Joseph says his, and then like obviously as we kind of study and look into it a little bit more, we're just kind of like, oh fuck, this is kind of this not the same, but like same overarching theme without even trying to make it a theme.
Yeah, I know.
So,
It was so weird. I
and then you
had
think of the
like
bands, like what the fuck, Dance Gavin Dance, the Beatles, and Modest Mouse, like what the fuck.
I know
Mm.
it's funny.
I don't see that much difference. I don't
It,
see a
it's
horrific
just it's
difference
just weird
between all.
spectrums though. Like if you really think
Yeah,
about
it
it,
was
because you
so
think of
weird.
like alternative rock music with 70s 80s rock, and then you have like you know Dance Gavin Dance, which is more like I don't want to call it screamo. I don't know. There's too many subgenres nowadays to identify whatever the fuck they are, but it's just
Yeah,
something that like I feel like it's pretty different spectrums as far as genres. I feel maybe I'm wrong.
yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking weird. Fucking weird. So what would y'all say without choosing your own song would be your favorite song that you either now know about or still a favorite of yours?
Well, if it wasn't the long and winding road, I'd have to go with Float On.
You, Joseph?
I had to go with the longer ride the road.
Yeah, no, I agree with that too. I'd go with Long Winding Road too, because that song's dope.
Oh,
It's not
that's
depressing, but it's a great song. So, well, I guess it is. I don't know. Maybe we'll just try to sing it really fucking sad and just make people sad. Like fuck it. When I visit Joey, we're just gonna do that song and it's gonna be really sad.
Yeah, so
We'll just cry in the closet somewhere.
you're gonna me at the karaoke bar.
Oh God, karaoke bar. Jesus.
Yes, sir.
Nice. Well, we don't have anything in the chat right now, but that's perfectly okay. Obviously, guys, this has been Shoot the Shit podcast with Share Music Series. I hope you guys enjoyed the conversation of the songs. We're going to keep on doing this. Feel free to message me on my Facebook or Instagram if there's any songs you want us to talk about. Considering how long this went, might just consider doing more songs next time. Who knows? But overall, like, I feel pretty good. Do you guys have any like last notes for anyone?
Oh, nothing really. It's just thank you all very much for coming out. It's been a pleasure to be on this. I'd love to come back. But yeah, thank you very much for having me on here, bro.
Saying thanks, bro. It's really cool just talking about the music. And like you said, like I mean, I don't have no shortage of songs, so I'll
It's gonna keep
keep them
going.
coming.
We have a lot to go through.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this would probably be longer than my regular podcast at this point because it's a lot.
I have an idea. We should do our 3 songs and then have the guest pick a fourth or something like that. Vote on a fourth.
See, and that's what I wanted to do, but obviously, like, there's not a lot of interaction on the chat right now, which is okay. But when we do, that'll be dope, and we'll do it on the spot, if anything, because that'd be fucking cool.
Yeah, that would be cool actually.
That would be cool.
See it right there, first
Yeah.
impression.
For sure. Now, well, I appreciate y'all coming on the show. Thank you, everyone that's watching. We actually peaked pretty high here as far as views. Very happy with that. There's a lot going on. Just so everyone knows what's coming up, I'm actually going to be featured in 2 different podcasts coming up pretty soon. We're going to be doing more of the Share Music series. I got another episode coming up on Wednesday with Mr. Andrew Berger, and there's kind of a lot going on. There's going to be a lot more going on just because I'm still not working, and it's kind of nice. But all in all, thank you so much. We will catch y'all later, and hopefully next time you guys could come shoot the shit. Thank you.
Absolutely.
You have a good night. Yeah, it's a night. Yes, it's nighttime. Well, not for Joseph. It's his morning. So, but all right.
Good morning to you.
All right, y'all. Later.
Later.
Farewell.
Farewell.